Hey guys, my name is Steve. I'm a youth education instructor with BikeWalkKC. Do you know how much fun it can be to move your way for a total of 60 minutes every day? That could be running or biking or doing cartwheels or even dancing. All that matters is that your body is in motion. Today we're going to learn why that's important, and I'm also going to show you how to put on your bike helmet properly and how to do what we call the ABC quick check on your bike. So keep watching. According to National Physical Activity Guidelines, kids ages 6 to 17, that's kids just like you, need 60 minutes of physical activity every day to stay healthy. Anything that moves your muscles and gets your heart beating faster works. And what does that get you? Well, it gets you great stuff like better sleep, better moods, and stronger bones and muscles as you grow. So why not move your way today? Walking and biking are great places to start. Before you decide to go for a walk or ride your bike, be sure to ask your parents if it's okay. And you might want to ask them if they want to go with you. So let's take a look at helmet fitting and what we call the ABC quick check. These are two things we do every time before we get on a bicycle. So first we're going to talk about helmet fitting. So you have a bike helmet here, and on the back there's a dial. See this dial? We can turn this to make it smaller or larger. I always start with it in the large setting so I can put it on my head, and I put it level. It's like an upside down cereal bowl, I like to think. Do you guys like cereal? I love cereal. So once it's on your head, turn that dial in the back so it's nice and snug on your head. So you should be able to shake your head a little bit like this and that helmet doesn't move, right? So after that, we're gonna close the latch, just like your seatbelt, because your helmet is like a seatbelt for your head. So we want to tighten this up so there's two fingers that can fit underneath your helmet. So it's nice and comfortable here, not too tight, not too loose. That's what we call the 2-finger rule. And then we're going to take our 2 fingers and put them on the sides too. So there's 2 fingers on each side of a finger on each side of our ears, on this side and on this side. And then we want there to be 2 fingers on our forehead to make sure that helmet is level on our head. So right about at your eyebrow. So you should be able to look up and just see the top of that helmet. And now that helmet is on my head correctly. It's nice and level. It's protecting the front of my head and the back of my head, because we only have one brain, right? All right, let's do our ABC quick check. ABC quick check is something else we do every time before we ride the bike. So we start with A. A is for air. So we want to check the air in both tires. To do that, we squeeze the tires hard. They should feel firm like a basketball. If they don't, you want to put some air in those tires. If you don't know how to put air in, then ask someone who knows to show you how, because it's a great skill to have and it's super easy to learn. B is for brakes. On this bike I have hand brakes, so I want to squeeze these brakes really hard, push backwards, rock forwards, backwards, forward. If the bike doesn't move, that means you have good brakes. If the bike does move when you're squeezing those brakes hard, then you don't want to ride that bike until those brakes are fixed by a qualified mechanic. Okay? Another kind of brakes we have on some bikes is called a coaster brake. And to use a coaster brake, you just move your foot backwards on the pedal and that activates the brake. So if that's the kind of bike you have, make sure you check that brake too, because it's always good to check your brakes. All right, C is for chain. To check the chain, we just roll the pedals backwards, turn that chain so it goes backwards. So we're looking for a nice smooth action. We want to also visually inspect it to make sure there's no leaves or grass or twigs or anything caught in there that might get caught in the gearing and trip us up. We also want to make sure that the chain's not rusty. So if your chain's rusty, again, have that fixed by a qualified mechanic, have it replaced. All right, then we have quick. Quick is for quick release. On this bike here, I have 2 quick releases. There's one here, note how it's closed. We always want to make sure those are closed before we take off on a ride. And there's one on my back hub also. Now some bikes will have a quick release right here at the seat tube. So this is so you can adjust your seat up or down. And the right height for our seat is what we call hip high. So see how this seat is right here against my hip? That is just the right height to ride any bicycle for you. So put it up against your hip and you should be in good shape. Make sure you close that quick release when you're done, or in this case I would turn the screw so it's nice and tight, so it's not, this seat's not going to slide down on me when I put my weight on it. All right, then we have check. That means check yourself before you wreck yourself. So you want to look at your shoelaces, if you have them, make sure they're tied, Make sure if you have long laces that they're tucked in or double knotted to where they're not going to get caught and stuck around your pedals and potentially make you have a wreck. We also want to make sure that we don't have any jackets hanging down from our waist that might get caught in our back tire when it's moving, or sweatshirts or sweaters, anything like that. So make sure you don't have anything hanging down from your waist. And that is our ABC Quick Check. So those are just a few fun ways that you can move your way for a total of 60 minutes every day. If you guys are out there having fun, and if it's okay with your parents, take a photo and post it to your favorite social media with the hashtag #MoveYourWay. And if you'd like more resources, visit health.gov/moveyourway or BikeWalkKC.org. Have fun, look for our other videos, and we'll see you out there. Hey guys, my name's Steve. I'm a youth education instructor with BikeWalkKC. It's very windy. Okay. Now, not all bikes have these, and your bike may or may not have quick releases as well. There may be one here at your seat post too. To adjust our seat post, good thing I'm wearing a helmet. Some air in your tires, and to do that, you just hook up your pump and put some air. Blah.